think it should go without saying that when it comes to any aspect in life, we all have to start somewhere. Whether it be something that requires a lot of education, such as being a surgeon or a rocket scientist, or something that is more easily accessible to everyone, such as working out at the gym. And one of the most important things when it comes to going to the gym is striving to be a better version of yourself. And that can come in all sorts of different ways. Whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to be more flexible, whether you want to gain muscle, the list goes on. However, one of the things that I never thought I would see would be gatekeeping when it comes to going to the gym. And what do I mean by that? Well, let me show you. Do not, I repeat, do not start your journey in fitness if you cannot manage the upkeep. Meaning, if you are not ready to consistently stretch every morning and night, get a deep tissue massage at least once a month, buy supplements and or groceries to provide you with a sufficient amount of nutrients you need, and so much more, then you are doing yourself a disservice. You will be in pain. So while I can appreciate the attempt at a good message slash PSA, this kind of comes off as the opposite, and let me explain why. First off, you don't need all of those things in order to keep up at the gym. Are they nice to have? Absolutely. But a lot of those things are a luxury, such as deep tissue massages, such as supplements. Those can be very, very expensive, and given the state of the world in 2025 with inflation and stuff, I highly doubt people are going to be able to afford those type of things, especially if they are in a position where they live paycheck to paycheck. Like, you can absolutely start your journey in fitness off of simple things such as showing up to the gym, first of all, such as stretching, such as doing a regimented routine. So, as an example, say Monday is your chest day, Tuesday is your back day, Wednesday is your shoulder day, etc., etc. And even something as simple as good food, all of that is going to be more than sufficient enough when it comes to your fitness journey. And when it comes to causing your body a disservice, when it comes to being in pain, well, that could be for a laundry list of reasons. Maybe you try out a new exercise and, well, you end up feeling it the next day, such as an example for me, when I first tried RDLs, my hamstrings were absolutely toast for the entire week. Another way that you can cause yourself a disservice would be doing the exercises with improper form. You're not causing yourself a disservice or being in pain if you can't afford things such as luxuries of supplements and deep tissue massages. You can do just fine with simple knowledge on exercises, stretching, and eating well. So Joey Swole actually replies here by saying, you don't have to do any of those things to benefit from going to the gym. Will they help? Sure. But the majority of people don't do those things or can't afford all of it, yet still go to the gym and are better off as well as healthier because of it. Telling people do not start if they don't do those things is not the message you should be sending. And I agree. Now, if that was the full extent of their interaction, then this video likely wouldn't exist. However, this video does exist because things take a very cringy and petty turn. Take a look at this. Y'all are dense. Some things are common sense. I'm not saying don't start at all. I'm saying if you're gonna go into it with a lazy mentality, then just don't. I train plenty of women on a month-to-month basis, and their mindset is warped and unrealistic. You have to put in the work for life, period. It's that simple. And I said what I said. Go argue with ya mama. Okay, so this right here is also hilarious. Not just cringy, not just petty, but hilarious as well. She is saying that she didn't say don't start at all when her initial comment said do not start. And then she ends up shifting goalposts here by saying, I'm saying if you're gonna go into it with a lazy mentality, then just don't. Why didn't you say something like that in the first place? Like, is this here the type of attitude that you have with your clients? Because if that's the case, oh boy howdy, do I feel sorry for them. Like, you should be setting a good example, not someone to be made an example of when it comes to these type of things right here. The fitness/gym community should be welcoming for everybody. it's never ever too late for anybody to start at any time in their fitness journey. Hell, I remember when I first started, I was 16 years old, I was 120 pounds soaking wet, I was like a stick insect compared to what I am now at 34 and over 200 pounds. And what did I start with? Well, basic knowledge and some protein powder. That's it. Should I have quit my journey because I didn't have all of those arbitrary things that you listed prior? I mean, what type of gatekeeping BS is that? Like, I work at the gym and I see all sorts of individuals coming and going, and there's a lot of things that they have or don't have in their life. Does that make them any less or any more, like, allowed to go to the gym? No. Like, what does any of that have to do with whether or not they can or can't go to the gym? Like, this is how I look at things. It doesn't matter who you are, who you think you are, how much money you have, how strong you are. When you purchase a membership and you walk through those gym doors, you are not above anyone, you are not below anyone. You are on equal footing and you deserve as much respect as the next individual because everybody has a story. So I think honestly, at the end of the day, rather than trying to gatekeep gyms, we should honestly be spreading the word to encourage people to go to the gym. Because let me tell you something, coming from someone that has been there for almost 20 years, the gym is an absolute lifesaver for people like myself and countless people out there. You should be getting people in on the fun, especially if you are a personal trainer, instead of coming up with these arbitrary restrictions and gatekeeping people out of it. Be better than this. Set a good example rather than having this right here be made an example of and therefore made a representation of who you are as a person. Anyways, folks, thanks for coming to my TED Talks, or I should say Crasher Talks. Have yourself a good night and take care.